Welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Now, the crucial showdown between Drips FC and Stade Malien will kick off on Sunday at the Royal Sports Stadium in Kumasi. Now, Drips FC go into the second leg with an advantage after beating the Malien side in Bamako. Now, the Still Believe boys will be seeking to make history by qualifying to the next round. And all of that work will be happening at the Royal Sports Stadium. The team has been training in Kumasi and getting ready for that crucial encounter. Well, the camp looked poised and the coach looks very determined to clinch that semi-final slot. Well, joining me via Zoom is the communications director of the club, Joseph Efifa Safo. He's with the team in Kumasi and he's been monitoring the team's preparations ahead of that crucial encounter on Sunday. Efifa, thank you so much for making time. And let me just say congratulations to you for even making it thus far. First of all, what is the mood in camp like ahead of that game on Sunday at the moment?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. I'm sorry I've lost my voice a bit, so please pardon me that. Well, camp has been amazing. The boys are very charged up for the game. As you can see, as you said, our trainings have been very good. Today we had a good training. We played a test match with lower division side. So preparation has been good. The boys are very excited and they are in the spirit to win on Sunday.
I mean, let's just take a little journey back to last weekend when you traveled to Mali and secured that win. I mean, your side went to go down and then John Enche managed to dig deep and get those 2 goals for you. I mean, what was the message to the boys going to Mali and how surprising was it for you to have secured the win all the way in Bamako, Mali?
Okay, first, the boys went to the game with a belief that they can make history for themselves as well. So, going inside the game, there was 2 options we sent to Mali, to win or to draw the game. And God is so good, we had a win. Now, before the first half, the coach had a plan with the boys that you had to compose and play their normal game. So as you can see, we're just playing our normal passing game. So we managed to have a draw in the first half. And when it came back to the second half, they took the lead. But the perception of when is that it's either we win or we draw the game. So you can see that the spirit was very high, that we can get something out of it. So that was what happened. The experience of the team made a good race for us. So we can see that everything is going on for us.
I mean, so just now on Sunday is a big one. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about it. Not sure if you've heard that message from the board member of Accra for Vincent Sowodote. He's been, appreciating your club, commending your club for the work you've done thus far. I mean, many sports pundits have been commending you for the work you've done thus far. What do you think the team needs to do to be able to secure that win, or at the very least a draw on Sunday to, advance to the semi-finals? What has the coach been telling the boys that they need to do on the field come Sunday to get that win?
Well, it has always been a fight for 90 minutes. As you can see, all our games until 90 minutes is not yet over until 90 minutes. So what has been going on in the championship is that we have to keep fighting until 90 minutes. Because, but there's no complacency in camp that there was won and away, that the game is going to be an easy game. It's even going to be a tougher game for us. Because playing at home, you might be thinking you're having a fun, cheer you up, but anything can happen. But the boys are trying to fight, and as you can see, Coach Abdul Karim Zito Kapote is with the boys, pressuring them in the training, teaching them things up, being hard on them that they need to fight and fight to the last minute. So training has been tough, and the game is not going to be an easy game, but we are still trying to fight to 90 minutes.
I mean, Kumasi is where you'll be playing the game, of course. Your base is not in Kumasi, but you've played pretty much all your Confederations Cup games there. I'm sure you've been interacting with the fans in Kumasi. What have they been saying? Are we expecting a good turnout on Sunday?
Yes. On Sunday is going to be a history day and a history for Ghana football as well, whereby James FC, a youth team, going to the semi-finals of the Confederation Cup. When I speak to people all around, they are all saying, "Oh yeah, Baba, my idea. Like, it's always congratulations message when you're in town. Oh, my idea, like a whole lot. So you're praying and you're pleading with the fans that you should come with your numbers to support us as we qualify for the semi-final.
I mean, let's talk about the Ghana Football Association and the sports ministry. What support have they been giving you? Have you gotten any support from them thus far? I'm sure, being on the verge of qualifying to the semi-finals, that might have drawn the attention of the sports ministry in particular. Have you gotten any message from them, any support from them yet?
Okay. First of all, when we qualified to the CAF Cup, we went to the minister and we gave him the idea of going to the African competition. And he wished us well, and I said the management on the board will see some money from them. But as of now, as we reach this stage, I've not heard anything from my management or anything that there's been an amount or the support from any of them now. But support has been good. Everyone is congratulating us. Everyone is giving us all support from us. So we appreciate each and everyone's support has been given from us. So,
I mean, there's a statement you released just before I let you go. There was a statement that came earlier today from your camp clarifying the monetary rewards you're going to receive. Can you just elucidate on that for us a little? What's the point you were trying to make there?
Well, the point was that I think there was a rumor trending that after this game you are going to receive 750,000 from. But I think it's stages. Because when you qualify from the group stage, you get this amount of money. Then after the group stage, when you qualify to the semi, they rather add up. So it's not a mean that you get this whole amount of money. So it's a top up stage by stage wherever you get in the competition.
So what's the monetary reward when you are able to qualify to the semi-finals? Let me just say, at this point, how much will you say you have gotten thus far in the tournament?
Well, from now, management has not given me any budget, or I've not seen any budget from the management, so I can't confirm any amount as of.
Interesting. Anyway, we are very much wishing you the best on Sunday. We're sure that you're not just playing for Dreams FC. You're hoisting the flag of Ghana high, and I'm sure the whole of Ghana in Kumasi will turn up to support you. Thank you very much, Joseph Afrifa. Is the communications director of Dreams FC over there, the game against Stade Malien on Monday. Thank you, Afrifa. Wish you the very best there. Now, Sweden-based side, Djurgården's IF women's team held a scouting program in Ghana earlier this week. The event is expected to be a platform for some Ghanaian talent to travel abroad. Now, Lawrence Baidu did file this report after monitoring the scouting event that happened earlier this week.
The 3-day event in Accra concluded on Thursday with a game featuring a select side from 5 women's football clubs against Great Somers under-15 boys team. At the end of an action-packed game, the female select side sealed a 1-0 win over the U15 boys in what was described as a good test for them. Organizers hailed the scouting program as a success, noting the valuable opportunities it created for the players and the clubs involved. Jean Balao, who is the sporting director for Djurgården's IF women's team, spoke to Joy Sports.
First of all, I want to thank you, all of you that have arranged this opportunity for us. I think, and we need to thank all the clubs that have released their players to be able to be here. It's not easy, but I understand that the organization fixed everything very good. When it comes to the level, I think the player did a very good job. I think they were able to show themselves. I think we were able to see what we wanted to do. But don't forget that our league is top 5 in the world, and the national team of Sweden is ranked 1 or 2. So the step of going from Ghana directly to Sweden is very hard. But we've seen a lot of good talent here as well. And as I told the players, they need to keep working really hard. Maybe not this time their turn in Djurgården, but there are a lot of clubs. I saw a lot of good talent here in Ghana. So I think, thank you for me for this time, and hopefully I will be back.
Following the program, a group of players are expected to travel to Sweden to take the next steps needed to help continue their professional career, as hinted by the team's sporting director and head of scouting. 3 players at the end of the final game were handed Djurgården's IF jerseys for the performances they displayed against Great Somers under-15 side. The scouting program was put together by Gold Star Consorts, with Jonina Ladies and Young Apostles being partners.
So let's turn attention to European football now, because there's going to be some really exciting action across Europe, and let's bring you updates on some of the fixtures that will be happening there. And of course, we're going to start from the Bundesliga, where Bayern Leverkusen are cruising on top of the table over there, and Freiburg will be playing Leipzig, Mainz and Darmstadt, Cologne and Bochum, and Heidenheim and Bayern Munich, Union Berlin and Leverkusen and Dortmund and Stuttgart, Hoffenheim and Augsburg, Wolfsburg, and of course Mönchengladbach will also face off in their game over there this weekend. Of course, the action will continue also in the other league centres. And in the La Liga, well, the fixtures happening: Betis and Celta Vigo, Atletico Madrid and Girona, Rayo Vallecano and Getafe, Mallorca and Real Madrid, and then Cadiz and Barcelona, Las Palmas and Sevilla. Then you have Granada and Alaves, and Athletic Bilbao will play Villarreal, Sociedad and Almeria, and then Osasuna and Valencia will also be in action. Well, in the English Premier League, you see interesting fixtures happening. Early kick-off on Saturday with Crystal Palace and Manchester City. Then Aston Villa and Brentford will have a really go at each other, and Everton will continue the quest to stay in the league alongside Burnley, Fulham, and Newcastle will also have a great game at the and Luton Town and Bournemouth, of course. Antoine Semenyo, Wolves and West Ham, Mohamed Kudus in action, Brighton and Arsenal. Thomas Partey hopefully will get a second start. But the big one on Sunday, and we'll bring you live commentary of that game also on Joe 99.7 FM on Sunday at 3:30, is Manchester United taking on Liverpool, and we'll be hoping to improve upon their fortunes after that very difficult loss to Chelsea yesterday. Sheffield United and Chelsea will play, and then Tottenham and Nottingham Forest will also be in action. It's the title race in the English Premier League that is getting ever interesting, with Manchester City, of course, and Arsenal, along with Liverpool, all looking to win the title. Well, ahead of that big game on Sunday between Manchester City and Liverpool, both coaches, Erik ten Hag and Jurgen Klopp, have been looking ahead to it.
In this week, we're dropping in stoppage time. We're dropping 5 points, and that is very expensive. And because the points getting more expensive because games are running out, and we know that, and we have to catch up, and we are now many points behind. So that will be difficult, but we will keep fighting, and I'm sure that you see our team, they have character. We have seen an example today as well, and they are resilient, and I'm sure they will be there on Sunday to be in the fight against Liverpool.
Do you need to be perfect? Do you need to have a perfect run now to get into the Champions League realistically?
Yeah, but that is also what they said before for this match. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It looks like a tight race, yeah. And so if it's a tight race, then the best place you can be is in it, and we are in it, so that's cool, that's good. And now let's keep fighting. That's how it is. So, and obviously the next one is a big one, and like they all are. We have so much. I watched our schedule because somebody told me somebody said we had the best fixture list or schedule. I looked at it and I really don't know how you can have that idea. So maybe I'm too negative, but it's a tough one. Good opponents, but we are ready. We are ready, and we want to be in that fight. And so let's see what we can make of it. United is a top side, playing at home. We all know that, but we have to. Can I just tell? Let's do what we did up from minute 15 to, I don't know, 70 something. Football is not that easy, so we have to find a way to cause United problems, and they will try exactly the same on that level with this opponent in this stadium. Yeah, we better play a really good football game, to be honest, if we want something.
Yeah, so that's Jurgen Klopp and of course Erik ten Hag looking ahead to that game on Sunday. Well, so 3 teams at the moment are looking to win the English Premier League title. Manchester City, they are third. Arsenal currently in the second position, and Liverpool currently at the top of the table. And that game between Liverpool and Manchester United is one that a lot of people will be looking at. Arsenal play Brighton, then Manchester City play Crystal Palace. All of this game is going to happen on Saturday. So they all play and will keep their eyes on the screen when Manchester United host Liverpool. It's been an interesting season for Manchester United in the game against Liverpool. And one man who knows the ins and outs of the English Premier League, and of course Manchester United, is Daniel Krante, my colleague, and he joins me via Zoom. Daniel, good to have you, all right? Great. Big game coming up on Sunday between Manchester United and Liverpool. But even before we get that, let's just have a bite on Thursday evening. It was a dramatic game between Chelsea and Manchester United. Manchester United were on the verge of winning that. And, it was critical for them, especially as far as their top four hopes was concerned. Just help us understand what went wrong for Manchester United in that game. And then we can look at the lessons they can take from that ahead of the game against Liverpool.
Yeah, from a Man United point of view, obviously, it was very disappointing. Ten Hag said it himself in the pre-match press conference leading up to the Liverpool game. He says United dropped 5 points in stoppage time over the course of this week. You remember the Brentford game, United took a lead inside added time and then went on to concede minutes later to end up with a draw. With Chelsea, with 3 minutes left to the end of the game, United were leading by 3-2, and some way, somehow, they let it slip. So it's been very disappointing. But when you talk about trends, this has been typical Man United throughout the course of the season. They are a bit too easy to carve open, a bit too easy to get chances against. And with the opposition knowing that there's time, there's obviously going to be that one last chance. And once you're able to take that opportunity, then you probably get something against United. So it didn't really go against what we sort of expected. Obviously, for any team to lose, drop points in the dying minutes of games is quite disappointing. But when you talk about how easy it is to open up Man United, then it's not really a surprise. But for Man United and Liverpool throughout the course of the season, they've played twice already. One at Anfield in the league, which ended goalless, and then the FA Cup tie, which that dramatic 7-goal thriller, United winning it in the 120th minute through Ahmad's goal. United, in that FA Cup game, although they won, obviously, we still saw those gaping holes in terms of chances conceded. Liverpool had really good opportunities in the game, but they failed to take it. But United this season have had a knack of not playing too good, but some way, somehow being lucky enough to pick up points. And that's where United fans will be leaning towards and hoping that a repeat of that will happen on Sunday against Liverpool. Obviously, most of us expect Liverpool to go out to Old Trafford and dominate the game, create some good opportunities. United will need Onana to be in some good form. He's been really good in the league so far this season. Has quite a high amount of save percentage. He's prevented. In fact, when you look at the metrics of goalkeepers, he's quite high up there in terms of the statistics. And we'll need another one of those top performances again on Sunday if United are going to get anything out of the game. The interesting thing is that the context has changed. Earlier on in the season, there was not too much pressure on Man United to go to Anfield and win. This time around, after dropping points against Brentford.
Yeah, we seem to have lost Daniel very briefly there, but he's going to come back and just making a very critical point about what is at stake for Manchester United ahead of their game against Liverpool on Sunday. They've got to play top four. They've got Aston Villa. They've got Tottenham Hotspur, all scrambling for that fourth position. And what that does is that it guarantees Champions League football for them. And they need to respond after dropping points against Brentford and also against Chelsea. So against Liverpool is a very critical one. They need to respond and then to get the win. And what a way to get the win than to get it over Liverpool over there. So Manchester City also in the mix, Arsenal also in the mix, all of them. The title race is getting very interesting in the English Premier League. But so that's what you're talking about. So this game, Crystal Palace and Manchester City, that's very critical. Manchester City have always struggled against Crystal Palace, but they need to dig deep, especially in the game against Aston Villa. We saw them show character and went on to win it against Palace. Arsenal also against Brighton will hope to pick the point, and we will see if Liverpool can pick the points or will drop point, at this weekend. Who is going to be dropping point between Arsenal, Manchester City and Arsenal? That's the big question. And Liverpool, we'll see that. Is Daniel back, or we just seem to have lost Daniel briefly over there? Well, great. Well, interesting. We just lost Daniel there, but he's just making good points there. We'll keep tabs on the English Premier League race, but one man that is also looking to win his first English Premier League title is Thomas Partey. He plays for Arsenal, and he's been speaking about his future. He says that he's focused on playing for Arsenal and hopefully continuing to play for Arsenal for a very long time. Well, his manager, Mikel Arteta, was asked about if Thomas Partey will leave the club at the end of the season. This is what he had to say.
I think they only play in the Community Shield together in midfield, but after that, no. So that tells you as well, how much we have missed Thomas. The whole season, a player like him that hasn't really played much with us, and the impact that he can have for the next 3 months, I think it can be really big.
Thanks, John. Ed.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You mentioned some of the younger players have got this, their tummies are still empty, which is really interesting. Do you sense now this season, and especially at the moment, given the way the team's been playing the last few weeks, that they're really focused on the target and that they're not going to kind of stop until you achieve what you want to?
That's Mikel Arteta making a point that Thomas Partey is crucial for them as far as their title hopes are concerned. And Daniel, you're just back. Let's just finalize on that Thomas Partey issue there. He's come back at a very critical stage for Arsenal. How, influential is he going to be if Arsenal have to continue to, be in that title race?
From an Arsenal point of view, obviously, Arsenal fans will be happy that they've not had to be too dependent on Thomas Partey this season. They've still been able to flourish in his absence, but with his coming back, it provides yet another option. I remember that in as much as Arsenal are deep in the title race, they are also in a very critical point in the Champions League. They are in a quarter-final against Bayern Munich on Tuesday. So when it reaches this point in the season, you will need quality to be able to rotate. And with Partey's availability, it means the likes of Jorginho and Rice may not have to play every game, but still Arsenal will be able to maintain that quality that they have in their squad. So that's something that is really important. When you look at the Manchester Cities, the Real Madrids, this is when they fall onto their top quality squads at this point in the season. And for a very long time, Arsenal have not had that as an advantage for them. But this time around, they do. Thomas Partey is back. You look at the likes of Edin Ketia, Gabriel Jesus, and who are also coming back at a very crucial time for them. So it helps. And I'm sure that's why Mikel Arteta is really delighted that the Ghanaian was able to make full recovery, especially at this crunch time in the season. Do
you expect Manchester City or Arsenal, any of the three contenders for the title, to drop points this weekend?
This weekend, I don't think so, especially because Liverpool, the biggest game is obviously Man United and Liverpool. Liverpool have failed to beat United at Anfield in the league. They failed to beat them in the FA Cup. You hardly see it, a clash between two big teams where one team dominates throughout the season. So I think this is the time when Liverpool get things right and then they'll be able to get victory. Arsenal, although on paper against Brighton looks tough, Arsenal usually have a very good record at the Amex, so I also expect them to go and get the job done. Manchester City and Crystal Palace, obviously, Palace have given Man City a bit of trouble, but Palace under their new manager Glasner have not yet quite found their feet. They seem to be quite inconsistent over the past couple of weeks since he took over, and I think Man City will take advantage of that, especially if you saw them against Aston Villa. I think City will have what it takes to get the needed results.
Daniel, thank you very much, and of course we'll see what happens this weekend. That's Daniel Cranted, my colleague on the Joy Sports Desk, bringing us up to speed on what is going to be happening in the English Premier League this season. It's expected to be really exciting. Just a little update from the Ghana Premier League. Nations FC defeated Great Olympics by 1-0 to go top of the Ghana Premier League table. Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be in action against Bechem United, and Accra Heart of Folk will play Gold Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's really exciting fixtures to look forward to in the Ghana Premier League. You can make time and watch all of them. Well, that's all we got for you on Prime Sports tonight with me, Razak Musbao. Thank you for being part of it, and of course, have a wonderful weekend.